Welcome, everybody. Look, I'm back here in the back in the green room jamming. That's while I was talking to my amazing guests. So I'm gonna give you guys. You know how I always start out before I get going into the show. I give you three assignments. So number one, go grab your girlfriends, family members, grab everybody because guess what? I have another amazing guest, and she's gonna be dropping nuggets as all of them have been doing. That's one. Number two, get your pen and paper because when you drop them nuggets, if you're anything like me, I be forgetting y'all. If I forget, I know you're forgetting. And then number three, okay, guys, I'm still working on. I'm doing good on my own. If you can see this, I'm on my health journey, and I'm drinking. Though it looks a little weak, I am drinking unsweetened tea. I have lemons in there. And so I would love to hear what is your evening snack or what is your go-to snack as we are listening or watching TV. So I would love to hear that. Drop it in the feed. If you have any questions during tonight's show, drop them here so we can address them and give you a good shout out. And oh, I got a bonus one. Today is Win Wednesday. What's your win for today? You'll get to hear ours, but I want to hear what yours is. So you ready? So let me ask you this. Have you ever been somewhere and you're thinking about what is your what's next? Do you ever say to yourself, did I miss my chance? My what's next didn't start until I was after 40. I need for you to understand that age is just a number. Do not let it start. And what I mean by that is I was not even athletic at that time. But after 40, after I turned 40, I loved the movement. I loved to do walking. I loved to do I did a couple 5Ks by myself. And to the point of after 40, I even became my own business owner. I started out with a event planning business, yes, with my friend Katie Browder Person, and we started an event planning business called See You Downtown. It was the best ever. So from there, I built a media brand, and here we are. Where are we at right now? So those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela Stone, and I'm here to help women to rediscover, reignite, and rise to their what's next. So are you ready? I want to welcome you all to She Shift. And today's conversation is going to be for that woman who is navigating to identity, confidence, and purpose in this season of life. Because let's be honest, somewhere along the way, many of us were taught that age meant we need to shrink. And I'm changing that trajectory. So today's guest is here to challenge that narrative. And so with that being said, I want you to all give a shout out and a clap to who I am bringing to the stage. It is Miss Maya. Hello, Miss Maya. How are you?
Hi, I am so glad to be here. I feel so fired up by everything you just said. I just I'm like, I want to go out and conquer the world.
I know that's right. Absolutely. Well, before we go in here and have our little girl time chat about how we can inspire, empower a woman to their what's next, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a career and executive coach. I specialize in working with women and helping them get to the next level of their careers. That might be getting that promotion, that might be pitching your promotion, that might be making a career pivot or shift, that might be growing the leadership skills and presence that are going to get you that next role. Yeah, that's what I do. I love it. It's amazing.
I love it. So let's talk about as we had such a blast in the back room. Like you said, we could talk about anything. But one thing I want you to talk about, you work specifically with women rising into senior leadership. Why this woman at this age and what called you to her?
Yeah, so I think there's a really interesting moment, a really interesting shift moment where what got you here won't get you there. I think the things
Mm,
that can get us to let's call it like early career, middle management, kind of mid career, we're very diligent. We follow the rules. Women are socialized more than men to figure out the authority structure,
true.
to figure out how to follow rules to get there. And then we get to a point where we hit obstacles and we hit barriers. And there's a lot of reasons for them. But one of the biggest reasons, and the one that is solvable by us, is we are trying to play the game with the rules that got us here, but they're not going to be the rules that got us there, which is being able to be more strategic, be actually less diligent and more responsible, to be more confident, to be more able to handle risk and to hold that risk because and the ambiguity of that comes with leadership and being the one to make decisions and hold more autonomy. And I just think it's such an incredible shift because we actually have to become a new version of ourselves in order to make that shift. We have to let go of the safety blanket of doing things always the right way, um, overworking, being overly like I have a couple patterns that I work on with my clients: over perfecting, over proving, and over pleasing. Right? We have like we can't move forward if we don't ditch those things, and so it's like it's such a beautiful time because if we do make this shift, we become that more powerful version of ourselves, and we're also aligning with having more decision making power, autonomy, what drives us in our careers.
You're absolutely right. So, okay, you were talking about me because it is hard to be let go of that safety net, right? So we have women around the world that are listening to us and they're like, okay, I can relate to what she's saying, but how do I even start? What is that one step I can start letting go and knowing that I'm going to be okay once I let go on the other side?
Yeah. So I really think the first step, and this so aligns with what you talk about vision boards and getting clear on your what's next, is that you have to get clear on what do you think the next role is, right? What do you want it to be? And there's a specificity to that where when you can say, I want this role or this role doesn't exist, but I want to pitch it and really clear on that, your brain will start to go to work doing two things. Number one, finding ways to make it happen. Number two, telling you all the ways that you're not qualified, which is not terrible because then all of a sudden you see what your limiting
Mhm.
beliefs are, right? You see what your blockages are. And then you can start to address them and overcoming them gets you the role, but it also overcoming them is how you become that more powerful, more confident person.
So with that, and you're absolutely right. And though, as you said, get clear on the role. Okay, I'm gonna use me. I know there's other women. Me, I want this role, this role, this role, this role, this role, this role. How do I even narrow it down to? Okay, let's just say top three. How do we
Yeah.
even narrow it down?
Yeah. So the process that I'll take my clients through is something called the four zones of career alignment. And so the idea is to look at what I actually we don't start with the roles are. We start with what drives you. So we look at what
Mm,
subjects and skills drive you. How do you like to be on the job? I call that work style, right? What impacts do you want to make? What how do you want your job to support your lifestyle? What money do you want to make? Do you want it to be flexible? Do you want to travel all the time or never? Right? All of those things. And then what are the cultures and the personalities that you do best with? And when
yeah.
you break it down to those core drivers, then you can start to say, okay, what roles would fulfill at least some of these drivers? And then you can start to generate multiple possibilities. And then you can start to choose, okay, which of these do I value the most? Which of these aligns with most of the things that I want? And you can choose from that place versus I think sometimes when we make career changes, it's like this isn't working, so I'll go find the
Yep.
opposite of that. But then all of a sudden there's all these other things that didn't work about the second option. And instead, like the concept of a multivariate equation, there's X, there's Y, there's Z. We need a process that's going to allow us to look at multiple variables, or else we'll end up switching one thing that has one problem to something that has a different problem.
I agree, especially in this. I'm glad we talked about it because again, there's women that are sitting at their desk now and like, okay, I do see me moving. You've given me the juice that I can move, but now I'm like, okay, where am I going to move to? What am I going to do? So I really like that you broke it down so to help women to understand how to make that move. Another thing I wanted to ask you is, what's the most common belief that holds high achieving women back right before they make a major move? And how do you help them move through it?
Yeah. So I would say that the core is some form of either disbelief in yourself or disbelief in what's possible. So I had a client a number of years ago. We've actually worked together multiple times. But I don't think she was even conscious of this belief, which is why it's so helpful to set the goal because then and the goal has to be, I don't know if I'm capable of that, right? But I'm still going to put it out there. Because what was happening, we were in a group coaching session and she said this, and I don't think she was consciously aware. She said, they're never going to pick me for the role. I'm a Latina with a non traditional degree. Like, no way. And I don't think she consciously even thought that that she was walking around with this very reasonable belief, given the fact that, like, the world we live in, all of the bias, right? But she didn't know that she believed it and it was influencing her, right? When you
Mhm.
believe they're not going to choose me because of my background, you will show, like, some of the ways it was showing up for her. She was showing up kind of like more of an assistant way and like pulling back, but also being
Mhm.
more resentful. And if you can't unearth that and bring that into the daylight, and one of the things that I like to think about is like, okay, this is a thought, might have some basis in,
Right.
like, for real basis in reality, but when I think this, I feel demoralized. I don't go after what I want. I don't show up like the person who already has the job, right? So I would say, and one of the things that I wanted to share about her that I'm so proud of her. We've continued to work together over the years because after she said this, she realized it. And she's like, wow, I got set. Like, okay. And then we worked on that belief and how she would need to show up. Today, she's going after her next leap, which is she wants to be COO. And I can see it in
Oh,
her. Actually, in my group program, we had this moment where I yeah, okay. So I'm actually gonna keep it
no, go ahead, say it because
basic,
I'm
right?
interested.
Yeah. Basically, I think just even being able to state that out loud, right? Like, there's still disbelief, but to be witnessed of, like, this is my goal. I think it's too big for me. And I'm going after it anyways because I become the person who does big things by going after it. Like, that's so powerful.
Mhm. It's that mind shift. I know what you're saying. When you say the negative things out into the universe now accommodates what you're saying, but that's not really what you're meaning. So the mind shift is so important for many women to even step into that next role. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, 100%. It's not that you have to believe that it's possible fully because you won't fully believe that it's possible, but a part of you has to say, this tiny voice has to say, okay, I believe enough to take the first step, even though I don't believe it, I don't believe it, right? Like, it's not possible, it's not possible, but I'm doing it anyways. Like, that's how we do it.
So let me ask you this. Our audience is women over 45, which we talked about, and they're up to reimagining their what's next. Many of them feel like the window for the big career move has passed. What do you say to her?
I just think it's just a thought, and I don't like, thoughts are just sentences in our brain and their interpretations, right? And whatever we believe, we go find the evidence for. So you're gonna, like, I'll give you guys an analogy. So one of the things I can struggle with in my marriage is I'm like, I have to plan everything. I'm doing more than you, right? Like, really classic stuff. And one of the things I just started doing is writing down all the things that my partner does and how he takes responsibility. And then it's like, it's crazy because I react differently to him. And then he starts doing different things. Like, he surprised me this weekend. Our kitchen was a mess and I went to bed so demoralized over it. And I woke up and I was like, oh, I got to clean the kitchen. It feels so overwhelming. He was like, hey, before you take steps, I want you to check something out. He took me into the kitchen. He had stayed up late the night before cleaning it. It was gleaming. It was beautiful. And so,
Oh.
yeah, it was. And so what we what we believe is what we go search evidence for. So you're going to see all these people whose lives, they
Mm,
like decided to make their lives end at 45. But if you start asking yourself, how is it possible to have the best years of your career after 45? Then you will go out and you will see all of these people. You'll see these people who hit their stride. I mean, my coach, the coach who trained me,
yes.
the majority of her impact was in her 40s, 50s. Like,
Wow.
I think she was focused on raising her kids before that. And
Yes.
it's
Yes.
it's what you choose to want to believe, your brain, even if you don't totally believe it, your brain is going to go find evidence for it. And that's how you then start to say, like, okay, this is possible.
I agree. I you're hit that right on the head. So let's shift a little bit and talk about. I love your program name, Build Yourself. So how did you even come up with the name? And can you talk a little bit about your program?
Yeah. So I've always loved supporting other women, and I feel like I can see their potential. And I've struggled with my own self-doubt. And there's this, I would say, for me, the big moment where I decided to found Build Yourself, the first iteration of Build Yourself, I was having a lot of self-doubt about my own professional worth. Was I good enough for my industry? All of those things. And I would see these talented women and they were putting themselves down. And I was like, you're brilliant. I see your work. It's so good. Like I am not tolerating this. And so I started almost informally coaching people. And then it turned into a series of workshops. And so I've always thought about it as this idea that like I already see you this way, but we've got to build your self sense up.
Yes.
So in my company, I do one-on-one executive coaching. I help women get to the next level, make their career transitions, build their leadership skills. But my main work is a program called Level Up Leaders, which is a 6-month career accelerator. And the way that it works is that you come in with a goal. You might want to find a new role. You might want to upgrade your leadership skills. You might want to get promoted. And we work on figuring out what is your right role or what's your leadership goal. And then how do we position you for it? How do we help
Mhm.
you navigate the people system, whether that's networking for a job or how women actually get promoted, right? Teaching you the process of how to actually get promoted, find out the unwritten rules at your organization, get people to back you and advocate for you. And then it's all about taking quick action and then learning from those cycles of action because it's really action that
Mhm.
that makes things change, right? It's like doing that thing where you take that first step, like you talked about. So yeah, so that's Level Up Leaders, and it's just we do it. There's individual strategy, but there's also group coaching, and it's just this incredible thing to see because people move faster because they're involved with other people. So we have a woman I have a woman who I coached in the program who took a 2-year career break to deal with like to take care of like family stuff. And she came into the program and we repositioned her. We helped her get more connected to like, okay, I haven't been working for 2 years and I feel on the back foot, but like I'm going out there and having conversations. And she said, she said to me, oh, I totally now see what you're talking about about the hidden job market, about all these jobs that aren't posted and people letting you know about things because you're initiating conversations and leading people through it. And I totally didn't believe you when you started the program about this hidden job market, but I just experienced it. And it's just so powerful to see people have their leaps and then you're having your own leaps and they just feel the ups and the downs feel so much better when you're not doing it alone.
I agree. Yeah. Look, I think the older I get, the more competitive I become. So you're right to have some and also to knowing I have others around me that we're moving in the same direction is so motivating and it's so fulfilling to see that we're heading in the right direction. And plus too, it feels good not to be doing this by myself. So many times we're saying it and doing it by ourselves. So have a group is really good. So with that being said, if someone wanted to get into the program or know more about how can they connect to you?
Yeah, so they can go to Build Yourself Workshop. Well, I'll give you a couple ways because we usually have the same link, but just in case. Well, buildyourselfworkshop.com, there's going to be a call link. Okay. There's a book a call button. And if you go to buildyourselfworkshop.com/call, in case we change it in a different flow, that's how you can just directly book a call on my calendar.
Okay.
You can also email me directly, Maya, Maya, at buildyourselfworkshop.com.
I love it. So Maya, what happens if you have the woman? Have you ever had a woman that is resistant, but you know she can do it? How do you even motivate her to do it?
So I believe that no one else can change it for us.
Mm.
You can't have a coach who drags you along because you're not going to get your outcome if you're not becoming that person. So you don't have to have 100% belief, right? You don't have to be all in. You're probably not going to be because if you did, you'd have the result already. So you have to have just enough belief and just enough desire, urgency to take that next step and then I'm going to be holding your hand, and then you're going to take the next step, and then you're going to take the next step, and then you're going to take the next step. And so resistance is, that moment where all of those thoughts arise, like, here's why I'm not qualified. Here's why it's never going to happen. It's not possible to have work-life balance in this industry, and now I'm stuck, right? All of those things, those thoughts are going to happen. Nothing has gone wrong. That's the brain doing its job. But what a coach can help you do is to see those and to figure out ways past them or to overcome them. And, what you have to do is just ground back in on your desire for the ultimate result, who you want to be on the other side of it. What would it mean for your life? And that's all you need to do. And then and then be willing to take the action despite fear. And then we'll have your back.
Oh, so there's always hope for everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, there's just, I just believe that everybody has so much untapped potential. And part of what's exciting in life is getting to see what you're capable of. Like, what could you do in this one short life? Like, we don't know if we have future lives. No, I don't know. You probably don't know. And so like, I know that I want to make what I can out of this one.
So are you doing what you imagined are you doing what you imagine yourself doing at this point?
Yeah. I mean, I think I have the best job, but I also know that it's because it's driven by my drivers of career alignment. But also I'm also constantly going to the next level, right? Because I just want to see what I'm capable of, right? So, for example, I have a book that I've been writing for a couple of years. I would have loved for it to go out earlier, but it's just like I just know this needs to exist in the world. Writing a book is a huge undertaking, and I'm going to become the person who can do it, right? Like that's just I don't know. So it's yes and right. It's like I love it, and there's more, right? And I can hold both of those at the same time.
Well, the book thing, kudos to you on the book. Even writing the book, my girlfriend Katie, she's done writing her book, and she's like, "Girl, I got to do some more to it." So kudos to you guys. I hats off to you on the writing the book. So before I always stop and we do rapid fire, but before I do that, I want to ask you, what is your what's next?
Yeah. So my what's next is to have a really vibrant family. I had my daughter at a late age, and it's just like really sinking into that, really loving it, having like a home that's like a
Mhm.
center, a gathering center for people in my life, a place of creativity, um, being able to organize things for my community. And it's pushing my work as far as it can go in this lifetime. And so that means that every client that I work with, the work
Yes.
goes deeper because there's a new person with a new situation and a new set of challenges that how I guide people can get more complex. It means getting this book out the door. It means taking like I'm a person who takes fast action, but it's about challenging myself that I can accomplish more without burnout or hustle in the time I have because every time, whether it's a book or teaching a new or like working with a new client or teaching a new workshop, I want my work, like my ideas, my contribution to the world to be it's kind of like the difference between like a soup you put together in 20 minutes versus one that like simmers all day on the stove. Like I want my work to be like simmered and out there and getting deeper and wiser. And I don't know how long I'm going to live, so I better like move more nimbly and more quickly and learn faster and create faster and work faster and iterate faster because I like you and I were talking about this idea of like dying empty. Like, not that I ever think you can, because the more you put in the world, the more filled up you get. But like, that's what I want.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And then today is Win Wednesday. So what is your win for this week?
Yeah, I think my win is that in a very short period of time, I have been able to significantly reduce my resentment and my entitlement in my partnership. And things can change really fast. And it's so
Mhm.
easy to hold on to, like, I'm doing more. This is why and like, oh, I have to do this. This is a burden versus this is a privilege, right? This is a privilege to care for my family. This is a privilege to bring my skills and your skills together on this. So that's a big area for me. But it's also amazing to see how quickly things can change when you commit to like the change and not just where you've been.
I agree. So my win for this week is I've been really laser focused on shift and my shift to be taking, as you said, moving to the next level and removing the barriers. And the barriers were I needed to create, I keep saying this, boundaries. I'm always saying boundaries, boundaries, but I never stick to them. So now I'm sticking to them because I've noticed that if I don't, I backslide. So my shift now is becoming so, and I pay attention. I'm becoming more aware and more alert and more intentional on how I move. And I'm like you, I want so much and I know I can do it. So keeping the eye on the prize and leaving the noise outside is my win for this week. But I like you. Oh, but I love that we have connected, and it's so rejuvenating to have someone like, yeah, you can do this, this, and that's so motivating. So kudos to you. I feel your energy, and kudos to you for what you're doing, and keep up the good work. So at this point in time in our conversation, I always do rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
Woo-hoo! Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm a morning person.
How early do you get up?
I get up at 6:30.
Love it. The leadership quality you wish more women would claim without apologizing.
Being proactive and pitching what you want.
Mm. One book that changed the way you think about yourself or your work.
Yeah. Be your future self now. Do I have to do this rapid or can I say a little bit about this book?
You say it. No, no, no.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I read this book. It is insane. It's the concept in it is that all you have is your present. Your past is just a story you tell about yourself. Your future is a story that you unconsciously or sometimes consciously carry with you about what's possible for you.
Yes.
If you create a better future, a better story of where you're going, and a better past, right? Instead of resentment about what happened, like thankfulness for like anything that happened to you. I will maybe not anything, but like many things in your life, you can change the narrative of what you make them mean. When you have a
Yes.
better past and a better future, which you can create for yourself today in your present, that's when you achieve bigger things. And it just blew my mind. I just think it's just so wild, this idea of like my future is actually the story I tell about myself, and I can have a better one today.
So what's the name of the book again?
Yeah. Be Your Future Self Now by Dr. Benjamin Hardy.
Look, I'm writing it down. Self.
I know. I was thinking. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a book that Pamela is gonna be obsessed with.
I know. 'Cause look, I'm over here struggling trying to write. Okay, be your future self now. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'll be out.
Benjamin Hardy.
Benjamin Hardy. Okay. I'm getting that tonight when I get off of the phone with you. Um, let's see. What's something you've unlearned that was holding you back?
Yeah, I think I'm still a little bit working on it, but overproving, right? Like overproving my confidence and my worth because it comes off actually as defensive and not as stronger.
Ooh, I like that. Coffee, tea, or something else in between?
All about the coffee.
Ooh. Do you have a favorite kind?
I love there's Cameron's Coffee Southern Pecan. It is just so insane. It's so good.
Ooh, that sounds good. The compliment you receive most often, does it surprise you?
People tell me that they feel energized around me, and it just makes me feel happy because I want to feel energized. So I feel good to be sending out what I'm wanting to receive. So
I so agree with you. I so agree. Whoever says that, if you're listening, kudos. You're right. Your energy is amazing. Favorite thing about the color yellow?
I love that it's bright. I love that it's like friendly, but very it's like it's not a wallflower, right? I just love that. It's like friendly and power. I don't know if we'd call it powerful, but it's got like some oomph to it.
So, because you know that's Gail's favorite color too, Oprah Winfrey's friend. So
No.
every year that she celebrates, when she celebrates her anniversary on the morning show, on her show, she wears the yellow dress, and she wears the yellow dress because she does, like she says, it makes vibrant, it makes her feel good. I love that, love it. What are you reading to your daughter right now?
Yeah, my daughter is obsessed with the some of you who have kids who've gone through this age, the Pinkalicious series. Just it's this girl, her name is Pinkalicious. She has no other name. Everything's pink, 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 pink. She loves it.
I'm gonna have to read that to my granddaughter because she loves reading. So I will definitely get that for her. Finish this sentence for me. The most underrated leadership skill is.
Collaboration, like true
Ooh,
collaboration, really being able to understand where someone else is coming from and to find a way to do it together.
ooh, I agree. Man, this has been good. This has been so good. Oh my, I want to first thank you. This was so much fun. I'm gonna have to have you back on because you know what? I could sit and talk to you forever. But before we close down, I want before we wrap it up, what do you want women listening right now to walk away with knowing, and what's one thing you most want her to hear?
Yeah. So I'm hoping this is okay where I can make the
Yeah,
invitation to the. So,
absolutely.
okay. So for everybody listening, one of the best things that you can do when you're in a place where you're trying to figure out what's next is a big question, but if you can figure out what the just next step is, that's all you have to do. And so I have a free gift that I'd love to offer you. It's a 5-minute assessment that will help you figure out the exact obstacle between you and your next level of your career. And so you can get it at buildyourselfworkshop.com/Pamela. And yeah, it's just one of the quickest ways to figure out, okay, I don't have to boil the ocean. I don't have to solve everything. What is that one next thing that I need to overcome?
Mhm. I love it. I love it. Well, Miss Maya, this was fun. I so appreciate you. Keep projecting this energy and keep doing what you're doing because it is so impactful and so empowering, especially for women who is at that age where they're thinking, okay, I have my chance, and now what? And knowing that they're now what is still possible.
Yeah, not only is it possible, it is like I guess if I'm going to give you one last thing, like what if it was inevitable, right? Inevitable.
Yeah, I agree with you. Inevitable. So I appreciate you. I'm gonna put you in the green room, but thank you for being a guest. This was fun, as I knew it would be, and this was impactful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I told y'all, look, I got notes on this paper. I have notes on here. Miss Maya didn't she didn't drop nuggets for you guys. So I'm hoping you guys got these nuggets. If not, there will be a replay. If you know someone who is needing to hear this, go ahead and drop them this another amazing show as I'm bringing on women who are out here inspiring, empowering us to rediscover, actually reignite and rise to our what's next. And Miss Maya even has this a beautiful program where it's called Build Yourself. So go out there, check it. She just gave us a free. We can do a 5 minute, 5 minutes assessment at buildyourselfworkshop.com/Pamela. Take that 5 minutes and check it out. So I want you to know today was all about going after your what's next. No matter what, what's next was we talked about climbing the corporate ladder. Those of us are sitting at the desk thinking about climbing the corporate ladder, but don't know how to climb that corporate ladder is one thing. So Miss Maya giving us tips on how to do that. And she also talked about how we need to move aggressively, but do it with a team and do it together. I love that she's come in with her energy, but she has it where she does one-on-one coaching, but she also does some team. She does one-on-one coaching and group coaching, excuse me. So if you're interested in again connecting with Maya, go check her out at buildyourselfworkshop.com. And if you miss it, like I'm always doing, I'm always listening, trying to write my notes quickly. You can listen to the replay. So everybody, I wanted to let you know, thank you for joining She Shift. Part of who has sponsored She Shift, as you see in the corner, is Vision Made Magazine, the quarterly magazine that's out here empowering, inspiring women to go what's next. But the what's next is used with the vision board. If y'all don't know, I love me some vision board. If you're interested in gaining a free digital copy of Vision Made Magazine, text me at 614-674-0074 and in the text put magazine, and someone will send you a digital copy of Vision Made Magazine. Until next week, everyone, when I bring on another amazing woman powerhouse that's going to out here impact, empower, and inspire you to go after your what's next. It's just right around the corner, everyone. Take care, everyone. Bye.